Yes, good morning everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. So today, this is the end of the week. Today is Friday, 5th of June. Let's see what we have. So the first chart we're going to look at, this is EURUSD. As you can see, the price has been upwards so far, and it started all the way from when the price was around this point. We've seen a massive continuation to the upper side. The price moved massively upwards. So should we take this as the swing low, we would end up having this point as the swing high, which means if the price is to pull back down, that is, if the price is to correct itself to the lower side, then the place you're going to look for a buy from is actually from 23.6. and should the price go beyond that level, that is, should the price go above that level, that would mean we are continuing even higher, and we may likely see price continue up to maybe around this point, because initially we had this level here, we had this as a resistance which was broken, the price continued up, and we also had this level which earlier this week the price actually went above it. So following this breakout, we've supposed to remain upwards, keep looking for more buy positions, and expect price to go up to this point. Expect price to continue up to this level here. So if you're trading this chart, EURUSD, keep looking for buy positions, but expect price to rally to the upper side with your take profit around 1.14745. So the next chart I will look at is GBPUSD. GBPUSD so far we are around a very good resistance. This is a good resistance level. It was used around, this was in April. We had a resistance here, we had a resistance there, and then that was earlier April, and late the same April, I mean around 29th of April towards May 1st, it was used as another resistance, the same place being used as a resistance for the second time. And then earlier this week, I mean this is not earlier, this is like mid of this week, we had the same place being used as a resistance. So now that the price has gone above this level, should it remain above, that is, if the current Forex candle successfully closes above this point, we'll simply wait for some pullback before we continue upwards. This is what may happen. So if you're on this chart now, wait for price, wait and see whatever happens. If the price successfully sustains itself above that level, that would mean we are continuing upwards. But if it does pull back to the lower side and even close below this red line, then we are likely going to start looking for sell positions. So as it is now, we are into a buy. We expect a continuation to the upper side, where if the price gives us a buy signal, it will be wise to look for that buy order. So the next symbol we will look at, the next symbol that we're going to look at is USD/JPY. So this too is upwards. This is very much to the upper side, but there's a resistance here where the price is currently around. We have this level was used as a resistance level in around 7th of April. We had it as a resistance. Then the price continued down. As I'm speaking now, the price has come back up to the same place. So this could give us a very good place to look for a sell from. This could give us a very good place we want to look for a sell from. We do also have a level here where should the price fail to bounce off from this level to the lower side, it may continue up to 108.881, or it may continue up to this point, 111.593. So the idea is to wait and see whatever happens within this range here, 109.229, 109.17273. A break beyond that level, will mean we are upwards. A bounce from the same point may push us back to the lower side. So the next symbol we look at, I will look at SP500. SP500 is somehow upwards. The price continues to move rapidly to the upper side, and that's perfectly in line with what we said previously. We mentioned that this is upward. As you can see, this move to the upper side, and we used the ADX indicator. So the green line on the ADX, as you'll see, stands for an uptrend. The red line stands for a downtrend. You can see that from this point, this is also from earlier May. This is around 18th of May. You can see that the price was upwards and the indicator was also upwards. And also the next indicator, which is on 26th of May, we were still upwards. Then earlier this week, we also started being upwards. So the price has been upwards for some times now. We keep seeing price move to the upper side, and we do expect it to continue even higher. So if you're on this chart now, you actually are supposed to be looking for buy positions. Expect price to keep giving you buy orders anytime the price, like anytime you see candlesticks that look like this, like pin bars, those are clear signs that you're supposed to look for a buy position. You're supposed to look for a buy position, and you're supposed to look for a buy position. You are supposed to look for a buy position. You're supposed to look for a buy position, and even this is somehow a sign that you're supposed to look for a buy position. So if the price pulls back to this trend line and then it gives us a buy signal, then that will be the ideal place to consider looking for a buy. Wait for price to give you that low risk buy position. Have your stop loss below the low of that candle. That is, if you buy it after this pin bar, your stop loss should be here. If you buy it after this pin bar, this one here, your stop loss should be below. If you buy it after this pin bar, your stop loss should be below. The same thing applies with this and the rest. So the next symbol we have is Brent Oil. So Brent Oil, so far this is also upwards. The price continues to move to the upper side. As you can see, we have a very good uptrend. On this one, we do have a resistance here. This was earlier this week. We saw this level being used as a resistance. If you check the 1 hour chart, maybe it should be clear. It was used around 3rd of June. So that was on Wednesday. We had the same place being used as a resistance. Should the price break beyond this point, then that will mean we are continuing upwards. That is, should the price successfully close beyond 40.403, that will mean we are continuing to the upper side. And if the price fails to go beyond that point, then we are still sellers. So the next chart we want to look at, gold. Gold, so far there is nothing much happening. We had some uptrends some few days ago, but so far there's nothing much. Instead, the price is consolidating. We have this, here, and then you also have this. So we had a resistance, we had a resistance, we had a support, we had a support, we had a support, and as it is now, if the price pulls to the upper side, then this should be the best place to look for a sell from. So we have a resistance here, we have a resistance, and we have a resistance. Then there is a support here. We have a support. We have a support. And we have a support. So as it is now, expect price to move upwards, expect it to go up to the resistance which you are having at the top, where if it does not break above, then that will give us a sell place. But if it does break beyond that point, then that may mean we are continuing to the upper side. So that should bring us to the end of today's webinar. If you have any questions, kindly feel free to post them for me on the chat option, and I should respond to them when I see. So thank you. See you.